These filters. Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Let me tell you something. Tonight, we are handing over the microphone to the audience. And that's either a good thing, a brilliant idea, or the fast way to turn this show into a public therapy session with Wi Fi. Because everybody does have their opinions. Some are smart, some are funny. Some should probably be sealed in a government bunker next to the UFO files. I'm telling you, you should hear some of the shit my brother comes up with sometimes. It definitely is the way it should be. Tonight, we're talking about scams, conspiracies, red flags, weird messages, childhood memories, social media lies, and what would happen if the audience controlled the world for one day. So buckle up because tonight's open mic night. It's not about being polite. It's about being honest, funny, weird, and maybe just a little concerning. So here's what we're going to do tonight. We are going to drop a link into the chat from time to time. If you have a camera, no avatars. We won't put people up with just avatars. But if you have a camera, right, my brother? No avatars.
No avatar. We must see the person.
We must see the person. But if you have a phone with a camera and a mic, which you do, if you have a microphone and a camera, feel free to join us. Grab the link, pop up on stage with us for 10 or 15 minutes, and tell us all about it. If you guys got a subject, let us know. My brother, what do you think about it? How is you doing tonight?
I am doing excellent, my brother, and I am happy to be here with you and everybody in the chat in another Tuesday relaxed session.
It's a Tuesday relaxed. Yes. Sundays and Thursdays are our true components, man. Those are our shows. Tuesday, we just like to chill, relax, enjoy each other, and have that conversation. So, absolutely. Hey, my name's Joey Schitz, and that's my brother Milo Giggles over there, by the way. Together, we make Schitz and Giggles right here on It's Not Okay TV. So, my brother, we're talking about different things like memories tonight. We're talking about worst nightmares. We're talking about, if you could change one thing, what would it be? Some of these questions that you sit around a table drinking a beer or something, and you talk with your friends, and you just start getting into these kind of situations. So, let me ask you the first question. Let me see what you got going with it. What's something society pretends is normal but really isn't? Something like that.
Taxes.
Taxes.
I say that all the time on any question like this. Taxes. They used to be a thing of war. That's when taxes actually started, if I remember correctly. So
war.
They can so that the government can fund the war, can put money into military. They started taxing people, and it was just during the war. After the war, no more taxes, right?
Yeah.
But they got a good taste of the hunk of money, and they said, no, we're gonna keep it. And from that day on, they started piling one tax on top of another, on top of another, on top of another. And a lot of people don't even know that they're actually paying taxes on rainwater. You pay taxes because it's raining outside, and you think that's normal? That's not normal. Jesus.
They do. They for the canals, they pay through the canal, the water drainage. They pay for through the sewage treatments and things like that. You're right, 100%. They do pay for it that way. So yeah, I guess that would be one thing. Something society pretends is normal, but really isn't. It's not normal. And in fact, I don't know about other countries, but I know in America, a lot of people will claim that taxes are illegal, because it goes back to like 1867 or 1876 or something like that. I think I'm somewhere close with the dates there, where it was something where taxes were not supposed to be, income tax, so forth, so on. So apparently taxes are illegal in America, but what can you do? No government has its money. So I would say you're probably right. What something society pretends is normal but really isn't? Taxes would be one. I think something that society pretends is normal but really isn't would be, let me see here, zoos.
The zoo.
A zoo. I think people pretend that zoos are normal. I mean, now look, I've gone to zoos myself, San Diego Zoo, Washington, D.C. Zoo. I've even been here in Romania at their zoos, and they're night and day. They're completely different kinds of zoos. You know what I mean? At least over in San Diego and Washington and Philadelphia Zoo, these kind of zoos, at least they have some big open kind of imitating their natural surroundings.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you know what I mean? I don't think it's natural. I don't think it's a natural thing taking these, pretending it's normal. I don't think it's normal taking these animals from their habitats, throwing them in a concrete village for humans to go by and watch them. Is it cute for us? Yes, it is. But do I think it's normal? No, I don't think it is. I think it's a human egotistical thing. Well,
Yeah.
I would say the zoo. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on this one, and you do have a point there. But I do know cases where they rescue a tiger or an elephant or a giraffe, right? And they put them.
Have you
in
ever had a giraffe eat from your hand, bro?
No.
Dude, it is they have what's called a prehensile tongue. You know, it's the weirdest freaking thing. It's a prehensile tongue. And what that means is their tongue actually grips like fingers.
Oh yeah,
It's kind of like it's a little split. Yeah, it's a little split, and it actually grabs like fingers. I've had a giraffe eat from my hand, and it like just sucks right around you. It's weird. It's very weird. I know a couple of girls I wish had prehensile tongues, but I don't. I only know giraffes, and there's a couple of other ones. Go Stomper, I'm cooking dinner, but to answer your question, the 8 to 10 hour 5-day work week. Go Stomper over in the chat says something that society pretends is normal but really isn't. Is the 8 to 10 hour 5-day work week? Yeah, you know what, Go Stomper? That's another good one.
Yeah, that's
another good one.
Who was it? Who was it? Harrison Ford? Or what's his name with Ford something?
It wasn't Harrison Ford. He's an actor, you know, Temple of Doom kind of guy.
Okay, but there's another Ford guy that actually implemented the 8 hour a day.
Yeah, the guy who came up with Ford Motors. The guy who came up with Henry Ford, I think his name was Henry Ford.
Not Harrison. Henry.
Yeah, I think it's Henry Ford. I think. Yeah, he actually came up with that work day.
So we can thank Ford. Let's call him just Ford.
Everybody boycott Ford from now on. Boycott Ford. That's why you're working so much. Yeah, Puff the Boona there. Go Stomper. Puff the Boona means enjoy your meal. Don't know what you're cooking over there, but I'm kind of hungry. What you cooking? Yo,
but share with your brothers.
You know, something, at least show us a picture, man. He's probably got a frozen pizza or something going on. How you doing, Kashmir? I'm glad you could join us.
Kashmir.
Yeah, so tonight, like we said, tonight we didn't put anything together. This is you know, Sundays and Thursdays, as you know, are our bread and butter, so to speak, our prime channel, ones that we go ahead and fill up topics. Tonight, Tuesday nights, is where we sit around and have fun, discuss things with you. Tell us what you think over in the chat. If you've got something you want to talk about, we're all ears because we're just throwing shit out at you guys. So if you got something you want to talk about, bring it up and talk about it. We'll also be dropping a link over there in the chat. Like, for instance, this is how it's done. Let me show you. Let me see. I'm going to invite somebody right now. You don't have to take it. You can, you don't have to. Let me see. I got to put it over here, my brother. Boom. So over in the chat, you have got a link. If you've got a camera and a phone, you got a webcam and a microphone. Grab the link. You want to jump up on stage here with us for 5 or 10 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes. Talk to us. Tell us what you think about something. We're more than welcome to help you. It's called Open Mic Night. This is what we do on Tuesday nights. So feel free to do it. But no avatars. You must have a camera. We won't accept avatars. So, you know, we will not accept avatars with just the voice because we are in a podcast, not a radio station. So, Mario, the Greek Cypriot. Now, is that Cypriot or Cypriot? I would say Cypriot, right? But I've heard people pronounce it as Cypriot. Well, you know what? He says, I look way too Neanderthal. Dude.
Well,
dude,
we must see that. Grab the link and we will tell you if you look like a Neanderthal or not.
And we will be honest. But here's the thing, Mario. Here's the thing. We all have some Neanderthal DNA in us. So if you look like a Neanderthal, we look like a Neanderthal. Especially Milo. Me,
Yeah, a little bit.
I went a little bit more towards the Homo sapien side, but Milo, he kind of stuck with the Neanderthal. I mean, look at, he's still got all that hair right there, man. It refuses to come off. I don't have that, but
I tried a couple of times. It just doesn't.
there you go. So yeah, I think that 5, 10, 8-hour workday is probably one of the best things where society pretends is normal.
Yeah, but it's really
really
not.
No.
Really not.
There's quite a few countries, actually. When I say quite a few, I mean 3 or 4 countries that are experimenting right now with the 4-day work week, 4 10-hour days,
Yeah.
instead of 5 8-hour days.
Yeah.
And they're saying it actually has an improvement on productivity, on people's lives, on the time that they're spending with their family, and the productivity, like I said at the beginning, is actually up like 20 and 30% on these countries. I think Switzerland is one of them that's trying it. I think Switzerland is one of the countries trying it. One of those countries in Norway is trying it. Mario says, let me see what he has to say down here. I make the evolution theory look 100% valid. Dude.
Well, share it with the people here first on
Yes.
It's Not Okay TV.
Yes, now I'm curious, brother. Now I'm curious. So here's another one for you. If you could expose one secret about the world, what would it be? Now, here's the thing. If you knew the secret about the world, how much of a secret is it?
Well, let's say I accidentally stumble upon a very top secret thing about the world, right?
Yeah.
I would share it immediately. Nobody's gonna believe me, probably. I will disappear after a couple of days, probably.
Would you share if you knew about UFOs?
Oh yeah,
And had firsthand alien experiences and
could
stuff? Would you
be
share that?
shared live on It's Not Okay TV with pictures and everything.
And you wouldn't worry about dude, excuse me for a second. I'm trying to open my apple juice and I cannot open my apple juice, so I need
Whoa, that's a good apple juice opener.
But
I've tried that once or twice, not with apple juice. I think it was Coke or something, Coke or Pepsi bottle, but not with apple juice.
Yes, it worked just fantastic. Let me see. I got over here. I just one second. Steak, onion, mashed potatoes, and mixed veggies. All hands on deck in the kitchen, he said. Well, I would think you are all hands. You was not an octopus. Therefore, steak, onion, mashed potato, mixed veggie. Man, that means that you got both hands going, maybe even a toe or two. So you go to it, Ghost Stomper. You go to it. We will not stop you. Mario says, women never mean what they say. Not a secret, but we pretend with them. So a woman never. What do you think about that statement, Milo? A woman never means what they say.
Man, I have to disagree a little bit with Mario on this one.
Okay.
Because when they say you ain't getting none this night, you ain't getting none this night.
They mean what they say, and take it from me. I know. Man. One day turns into a week, 1 week turns into a month. I can't say a month turns into a year yet, but we're heading in that direction.
Sometimes it's like a solar eclipse.
Man,
You
it
see
is
it
right.
maybe once a year. And
A
it's
blue moon. Dude, you see my face actually went blue like the blue moon just for me. that was not photo freaking worked on, man. So yeah. Well, women never mean what they say. I push back on that one too. I think women definitely mean what they say.
Especially if it's on their best interest. They really do mean it.
They do, but I think that it's I just think that they say too much. So we as men can't decipher what they mean, more than that they don't say what they don't mean. They say what they mean, but they say so much of what they mean. We it's all noise. It's like white noise to us. We can't decipher it.
And most of the times if they say, I don't feel like going on a vacation this year, that means I definitely want to go on a vacation this year. And you should know that.
That's right. Man, I saw it on one of these movie shows, these movies, recently. A classic way to get around it. You know, how many times have you gone to your lady and said to her, "Hey, what do you want to go out for dinner tonight?" And oh, I don't care. I don't care. And then you go
Oh,
out to dinner and they're like, "Well, yeah, it's you know what I mean?" So how do you get around that? Because they never want to answer you.
I
You
know
know?
exactly how to do it.
Yeah, well, I saw it on a movie how to do it, and that's to approach your lady and say something like this: "Hey, I made reservations for us to go out for dinner to your favorite place." And they're like, "Really? You made reservations?" "Yep, to your favorite place." "Where's that?" You know exactly where that is. It's your favorite. You're taking me to Rivoli's?
Of course,
That's
I'm taking you
exactly
to
where we're
Italy.
going, is to Rivoli's. It
Gotta
was
be salty
perfect. It
sometimes.
was perfect. Yeah. It was perfect, bro. It really was. Let me see. So Mario says it's about the women. Ghost Stomper says your role models are not the heroes you think they are. That would be, we're asking the question, if you could expose one secret about the world, what would it be? So Mario
Yeah,
said women never mean what they say. Ghost Stomper says your role models are not the heroes we think or you think they are to be. Well, now I kind of push back on that one too, because it depends on role models. It depends on define your role models. If you're talking about the what society perceives as a role model, cops or celebrities or these kind of things, yeah, I agree 100% with that statement. But if your role model is somebody like your dad or your grandfather or your best friend or a teacher, man, man, they became your role model for a reason, right? You saw them, you got to know them, you spent obviously years or hours and days and weeks at best. You so I mean, I think that one's a little iffy. I think that one's a little iffy. I get what he's trying to say. I get
yeah.
what he's trying to say. How would you decipher what he's saying? You're much better at that than me.
Yeah, basically, I see it the same way you see it. I mean, if a role model for you is, I don't know, Al Pacino, it's because you know him from movies and stuff like that, but you don't know him in person on his personal life, and that could be different.
No, but Al Pacino's a hell of an actor, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's
Hell
why
of
I
an
said Al
actor.
Pacino, because he's a great actor.
Joe
He's even
Pesci
better
too.
than Brad Pitt.
No, no, no. Are you taking Shane's side now?
I have to do it.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable how you would take Shane's side on that one. So, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. Role models,
Yeah,
I
like,
don't, but do you really have a role model? I mean, can
no.
you really say that you've ever had a role model in your life? For me, I think I never really had one. But if I had to say it was one, it would have been my father or my grandfather. And but why do I not think I really consider a role model? Because to me, a role model is somebody, not a hero, right? They stop short of being a hero, but
Yeah,
it's somebody that you aspire to kind of be like, or to be similar to. I would think a way of life. They live a way of life that you would like to live, right?
yeah.
So I don't really say they're role models because I appreciate and respect who these guys were, and they mean the world to me, and I love them. There are things about each one of them that I wouldn't want to be, that I want to be a different way. So, what is a role model exactly?
That's the thing about it. When I never had a role model, right? I never had a role model in my life. I never followed somebody's
That's just sad,
footsteps.
dude.
No, no,
That's just sad.
it's great actually. Let me finish. It's actually it's genius, not just great. So
Genius.
genius. The way I see things. So I took everything. I analyzed everything. I analyzed my father, my grandfather, my uncle, my everybody around me, everybody that was close to me. I analyzed everything about them, and I know how not to be. So I
Yeah.
saw everything that bothered me, everything that I didn't think was right in everything that they were doing, and I took how not to be instead of how to be from them.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so you learn from their mistakes. You learn from
Exactly.
their from what you think. But even
Yeah.
that's just your interpretation of it, right? Not necessarily correct or right or wrong. That's just your interpretation
Yeah.
of what right is. Ghost Opera says we idolize people, but they are just human and flawed, and we expect them to be perfect. Yeah, that is true in some cases. When people idolize me, they have every right to do it. You know,
Yeah,
I'm just
I'm with
they,
you
they
100%.
have every right to do it because I'm Joey Shits.
Joey.
Yeah, I'm Joey Shits. But at the same time, for the general people, for the general public, I agree with him. They're flawed and they shouldn't do it. You know what I mean, Milo?
Yeah, yeah.
But it leads me to ask a question of Ghost Stomper. He put Chris Hadfield down there. Would you say, Ghost Stomper, that Chris Hadfield is one of those people you say you idolize, or is that just a name to be out there? Because one thing I've learned over through life is that people just aren't perfect. Never can be, never will be. But there's a few of them out there think they are. There's a few of them out there that their shit don't stink. There's a few of them out there that will, man, and they're good. They're good at it. They'll twist you on your head and you'll almost have you saying things that you know aren't right and going, oh, yeah. And you know damn well it isn't right. They're good, but they're not perfect, you know? So I don't know. Listen, tonight we're talking about, all kinds of different things. We're just having a conversation. It's Tuesday night. This isn't a subject night like our Thursday and Sunday nights where we actually teach you stuff and we show you stuff and we laugh and we have trivia and all that. This is Tuesday night. This is a relax. Let's talk about it. Tell us what you think over in the chat. Let's discuss whatever it is you want. In the meantime, while we're waiting for those subjects, we'll go ahead and ask you a question or so. Feel free to throw it in there so we can discuss it. And by the way, we'll also throw a link up in there. If you have a camera and a mic, a phone, that'll work, Feel free. Grab the link over in the chat. We speak to anybody, brother. We speak to anybody who's out there. This isn't we're not talking to any one person. We're talking to anybody out there that wants to join us up here on stage 5 or 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, and tell us what you think. Tell us what's on your mind. Feel free. That's what Tuesday night open mic is about. Bring it up. We got you. We got you. So, and we'll be happy to have you. He's a good person to look up to, Ghost Stomper says. He's a good person to look. Oh, man, we both put that up there. Okay, you're quicker than me. So for now on, you do that because I'm like doing tickety. How about what's a fact you believed for way too long? What kind of fact have you believed in way too long?
That the sky is blue.
Bah. Yeah, I know where you're going with this one, but at the same time, the sky is blue. The sky is blue, man. Huh?
Yes and no. If you take out the light, the sky is not blue. Without the light, the sky is not blue. Because of the light, we see the sky blue.
Yeah, but that's like saying without that hair on your chin, you don't have a goatee. But the fact of the matter is, you have the hair on your chin. You have a goatee. So you see what I'm saying? It's like that. The sky is blue because the light is there.
Exactly. But I used to believe that the sky is blue.
Well,
without taking the light in consideration.
Okay, so then that's safe to say you're never going to find yourself in the Einstein or the Hawkins kind of category. That's all we're trying to. That's the only thing I get from that.
No, I gave up on that idea a long time ago, my brother, and I accepted it. I am okay where I am.
There you go. Well, you know what? Ghost Stomper happens to have your back a little bit. Blue sky is an optical viewpoint, just like no two people ever see the exact same rainbow.
Now, one with the rainbow.
that one with the rainbow. I
do not get exactly what you're trying to say with it.
Oh, but he said it pretty clearly. No two people ever see the exact same rainbow.
Now, I remember a couple of times hanging out with a couple of friends actually and looking, hey, look at that rainbow.
Yes, but because you were a few degrees that way and they were a few degrees this way, the light reflected just a tiny, tiny, minuscule difference. It's that same whole thing that we talked about. If you're moving in a plane from the East Coast, for instance, of America, heading towards Romania, that you're actually moving in the future. You're actually by minuscule seconds. You're moving into the future because you're beating the time, right? You're going ahead. So it's the same principle of what he's saying, I believe. Yeah, exactly, Jody. It's the same principle. You're actually seeing a it's very super slight. You're actually looking at the same thing, but you're not. You know what I mean? You're seeing just a slight variation in that rainbow just because you're a few feet from each other. So the light's not hitting your eye exactly 100% right. So, man, I'll tell you what, I've never used that before, Ghost Stomper. I've never used that before, but believe me when I tell you, that will become part of my vernacular as I grow and move forward in life. I will be using that again. So I'm stealing it from you.
No, no, you have no copyright on it. It's ours
I,
now.
yeah. Well, you know why? Because you know what got me thinking about that was because it was like the same thing. I have 8 tattoos, right?
Yeah.
And out of the 8 tattoos, 7 of them are unique. There'll never be another one exactly like it in the world. How do I know that? Because they were drawn on my body. They were hand drawn on a piece of paper in front of me by a hand and then put on my body with a stencil and then tattooed. So you may have one that's exactly set up the same, but there's going to be a little tail or a little swing or a little dip or a little circle that's going to be different, right? Because you cannot have that guy is not going to draw that exact down precisely to a second. So when Ghost Stomper said that, I was thinking that's what was hitting my brain, and that's why I got my tattoos the way I did, so that they were unique in this world. So I started thinking if it just a little bit of dip makes a difference that way, then just standing a couple of feet that way would make a difference. So what's a fact you believed for way too long? You said was the sky is blue.
Yeah.
Ghost Stomper did not have a opinion on that. Neither did Mario. They did not have an opinion. Kashmir did not have an opinion on it. What do I think is a fact that I believed for way too long? I think a fact that I may have believed in way too long is the fact that we have free will.
Yes, we do not.
Yeah, we do not have free will. We do not have free will at all. The system is structured, and everything we do is structured in such a way that we are all guided. Now you can think out of the box and you can think for yourself, but at the same time, you don't have exact free will, because even if you decide to do that, the law or somebody else is going to tell you you can't do that. So if you do that, to exercise honest to God free will on whatever it is you do, and you break the law, well, then you take away your life, basically, right? Because now you're going to jail and you can't be with the. So you don't actually have free will. I think that would be the fact I believed for way too long, that people have free will. I don't think we actually do. If you exercise, let's put it this way: if it may exist, but if you do it, there's consequences to pay
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
that aren't worth it.
If you take in consideration everyday life, right? You drive a car because they let you, not because you want.
Right.
Even if you want to drive it, you cannot drive it unless they let you do it legally, or you pay a fine or you go to jail, right? If you want to build a house, they must give you a permission to do it.
Yes. Well, that's true.
Exactly. If you want to take your child to a school, the school must accept your child.
Yes, that's true. If you want to vote in another district or something, you can't do it. You have to be where you live. So free will is something I believe that we may have had, but no, we truly don't.
You're free to buy a beer.
Yeah.
Today, if you want.
Yeah.
You're free to go out and have a walk. That's the freedom that you have.
Well,
that's
not free will, my brother. Yeah, that's the kind of free will. It's partial will. Ghost Stomper says that the cops come when called like private security. That would be a fact you believed in for way too long. That's just not the truth.
Yeah.
The cops come like when you call a private security company. Man, in my experience, the cops have been there pretty damn quicker than I can get away. In my experience, whenever the cops have been called, they've been there before I could hide the evidence. So I think that's pretty quick, man. I think that's pretty quick, at least in the places I've been. Kashmir says free will is an illusion.
Yeah.
It is. So, what is your most unpopular opinion, my brother?
Unpopular opinion?
Yeah, your most unpopular opinion. That's the thing. That's the thing about doing these questions. It puts you on a spot where you really got to think. You got to take a second to think,
Yeah.
But most unpopular opinion. I think my most unpopular opinion would be that
This is a tough one, to be honest, because I don't know.
that girls have it easier because they have a hoo-ha. You know, how many times have you been through life and hear somebody say that's easier for her because she has the power between her legs? Honestly.
Well, a lot of
And
times.
while it's true to a point when it comes to relationships and things like that, while that's true in relationships, I find that women truly don't have that power in spite of the hoo-ha, in spite of it, when they're out in the public world, when they're out getting a job, when they're out trying to make money or earn something. You know what I mean? I
When it comes
well,
to jobs, I saw some really good examples where because of that they got promoted. So I
well,
think there is an advantage.
now you start getting into the political side of things in the last 5 to 10 years with the equality and stuff like that, with the with this kind of thing, with the what do they call it, DIA or DEI or something, equity, equality or something like that. So
I have no idea. But yeah, I did see that happening, having a not a big but a small advantage over somebody else just because of that. Even though the other person was more qualified.
you know what? I think I misread that in the way to give the answer properly. I think Ghost Stomper gave the answer properly. I did not. What is your most unpopular opinion? Not what you think society thinks is the most unpopular opinion. What is it? Ghost Stomper gave it the right way. So now we got to rethink our whole answer. Thank you, Ghost Stomper. He says, bring back the death penalty for serious crimes. Yes, that is an unpopular thing in many worlds. And yeah, but I happen to agree with you on that one. I think for serious crimes, if there is 100% proof on the person, I don't think the death penalty should be put on there if there is even a shred of doubt. But if you were to get caught dead-handedly killing somebody, for instance, or even raping somebody or doing something like that, if you're caught red-handed on it, then yeah, I can see the death penalty. I'm with you on that one, 100%. But
Yeah,
not if there's even a 5% difference.
and there's another thing since we're talking in this direction. I don't think it's okay for the state to supply food for the inmates.
For the inmate.
They should earn their own food. They should work like we do and pay taxes to so they can eat after they.
And if they
go
refuse
back
to,
into us.
you let them starve to death.
Yeah, man. If I don't work, who's gonna feed me? Who's gonna feed me?
Yeah,
The state is gonna feed me? No, they're gonna let me to die, to
well,
starve, right?
you can go get food stamps and stuff to get food.
Not enough.
You can go
Not
get
enough.
stuff.
Not enough. Man, they have a roof over their head, right?
Yeah.
They do. I don't. If I don't pay rent, right? And my money that the states gives me, it's not enough to pay for rent.
No, I agree with you. The prisoners nowadays, they have it too good in most countries. They have it too good. Undisputed credible evidence, non-testimony, like 100% video evidence. Yeah. Time should be added to the sentence. You should work your way out. Man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
work. They should work, all of them. They should work like we do. They should help the society, the town, the country.
Yes, they shouldn't get a free ride. I agree with you. In fact, there's too many prisoners actually come out and not create another crime. What's the word I'm saying? Do another crime. Commit. Thank you. Commit another crime just so they can go back in and get the free meal, get the free roof over their head. And, there's people that do that nowadays. Yeah, unfortunately. I agree with you.
There's a lot of people that do that in the winter so they can get out of the cold. They have a hot meal. They're not outside in the freezing temperature. And they do something small. They break inside the store, and they wait for the police to get them.
That's true. Well, I think my most unpopular opinion would be seatbelts. I don't think people should be forced to wear their seatbelt. I think that you can argue all day long that it saves lives. It doesn't. That's fantastic. Fine. It saves lives. No argument for me. It does save life. You're dumb if you don't wear it, but you shouldn't be made to wear it. I think that should be a personal choice right there. That should be a personal choice. If you want to put your life on the line, fantastic. Now, maybe it's mandatory to have your child wear a seatbelt because they're too young, right? Okay, I can get with that mandatory. But for an adult in the front seat, if they don't want to wear the seatbelt, man, you want to put your life at risk. That's your life. If you can't talk to me about, well, what if you hit somebody else? Well, if they're wearing a seatbelt, that's their business. If they don't want to wear it, that's their business. I don't think that seatbelts should be mandatory. That's one of the things that I believe, something like that.
But should you or should you not be insured? So should the insurance cover your medical bill if you're not wearing the seatbelt by choice?
There's something else. I mean, that's something that could be talked about. You know what? Probably not. Probably not. If you choose not to do everything you can do to protect yourself, then maybe you shouldn't be covered by the insurance, and the insurance should deny you, and you have to pay out of pocket. Yeah, I could see going with that. I could see that as being one of the consequences to your decision, but I don't think you should get a ticket or points on your driver's license for it. I don't think you should suffer those kind of consequences. But if you choose not to, I can get with the fact that the insurance company wouldn't pay for you. Ghost Stomper says, but what if you crash into me and you die? I'm going to be held liable. Well, no. Again, the same situation. If you choose not, I mean, that's a case by case scenario. If you crash into somebody, if somebody crashes into me and I choose not to wear it, then that's just the way it is. Insurance vendors say, what does he say? Insurance do get data and analytics from car vendors to invalidate claims. Exactly. And they know whether a seatbelt's worn or not. They know whether that's strapped onto you, whether it broke, whether it tore, whether it ripped. So they know whether you did or not. So I'd say that's my most unpopular opinion. I don't think we should be mandatory made to wear seatbelts. Hey, listen. Anybody just joining us? Tonight is Tuesday night. It's open mic night. We have some links over there in the chat. If you have a camera and a mic, you want to pop up here on stage with us for 10 or 15 minutes, tell us what your thoughts are. Just say hello, man. Grab that link over here in chat and just give it a click. That's all you got to do. You don't have to download anything. You don't have to do nothing. You'll be up here on stage with us. We'll go ahead and invite you. We're just no avatars. If you want to come up, it's got to be camera, mic. That's the only rule to the whole situation. You can join me and Milo here on stage, talk about whatever you want. Tuesday night is not our typical show. Sundays and Thursdays are our normal show with the trivia and so forth, so on. Tuesday nights are just to get together for us, the people. It's called open mic night. The night's all about you, what you want to talk about. We throw these things out here. We discuss them over there in chat. You discuss them with us. We'll discuss it back and forth. It's open mic night. It's just for us to sit here and have some fun with the chat. So that's what Tuesday night's all about. So, we like to get to know you as much as you like to get to know us. Right, my brother?
Exactly. And I have a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
What is one of your most traumatizing memories?
That one hands down is the easiest. That one down. That one hands down is the most traumatizing memory.
Traumatizing, yes.
Traumatizing memory. Man, when I was about 12 or 13 years old, we had moved into a new house. And it was, we were probably there 3 or 4 nights at this point. And the way the house was yeah, well, I thought so. But you're going to find out it wasn't. So man, the way the house was located, briefly put, was there was a hallway, and in the middle of the hallway was my sister's bedroom. At the end of the hallway is my bedroom, and at the very far end of the hallway was my mother and father's bedroom. Well, I'm laying there in bed around, I don't know, 12 o'clock at night. It was late at night, and man, the house started shaking. It seemed like to me, all I could hear was thunk, 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 banging on the walls, bro. Dude, it was scary. Man, Buck, don't laugh. It was scary shit, bro. The walls were banging. I heard screams, like screaming. Like, dude, the shit that would knock your eardrums out screaming. I thought the neighbors were, I didn't know what was going on. I was like only 13 years old, bro. I was like only 13 years old. And I really thought some shit was happening in the house. And it took all I could do to get out of my bed. I was only 12 or 13, dude. It took all I could do to get out of the bed and get out into the hallway. I had to go to my parents' room. I had to ask for help. I couldn't take this anymore. I walked right by my sister's room. Fuck her. Screw my sister. Whatever was going on, I had no concern for my younger sister. I feel bad for you. I love you. I love you, sis, if you're watching, but had no concern for her. No concern for her. The whole place was, I mean, the noises were horrible, dude. All I could hear was moaning and screaming and thumping. And I was like, oh my God, what is happening in this house? It was a brand new house. We just moved there. Dude, I was scared. Man, don't laugh at me, man. It was scary, dude. Bro, I got to my parents' door and I opened my door and there was my mother riding my father, like my father with the headbed banging against the wall, her screaming and moaning. Dude, that was the most traumatic fucking. I mean, I'm 58 years old. That happened when I'm 12 or 13, and it's still a mental and audible nightmare that traumatized me. The most horrible thing I have ever had to go through was that moment in time. I didn't know how to react. Neither did they. You should have seen their faces. You should have seen their face. They didn't know how to act either. You should have seen Mom. Oh. But because we were in a new house, everything was different. The sounds were different. The audio, even though I was at the end of the hall, I said, "You go, Dad." That's all I could do. I said, "You go, Dad." Bro, that's a true story, bro. That's a true story. That is one of the most traumatizing experiences I ever had to face, man. Now, as an adult looking back at it, it's not so traumatizing. But as a kid, I was scared, man. My heart was pattering. My shit was going bad. I really thought something was happening in the house. It was moaning and screaming and thumping and banging. And I was like, oh, dude.
Jesus.
Every bit of ounce of me could get out of that bed to go to my parents' room just to find out they were the reason for all the noise. But Ma, if you're watching, bad. Mental abuse, Ma, if you're watching. Yeah. Yeah. Kashmira says, I hope Mom's not listening to this. Yeah, well, I've told her. I told her about it, and she remembers it anyway. She remembers it as much as I do, I'm sure. You know, what can you do? So yeah, that was a horrible story. Man, do you have one? Do you have a most awkward moment?
I had one. I still remember it, but it was not like yours. It was a little bit mellow, not that.
Dude, horrible. It was horrible.
It was horrible. Well, mine was horrible for like I don't know, like a minute and something, right? I was walking towards home, and I was a little bit under the influence of different substances. And I have man, if I walk on the street and I see somebody my size walking towards me, I'm okay with it. We might go toe to toe, throw some fists. Everything is okay. But I have a fear of little children, especially if they wear little girls and if they wear a white dress. For me, that's terrifying. Because first of all, you're not supposed to be outside. Second of all, why are you wearing a white dress? And third, why are you looking at me? It's very terrifying for me. I don't know why. So I was walking towards home, and as I was walking by, I saw something in the middle of the street about 200-300 meters away. And it looked like a small girl in a white dress. And I started walking slowly, trying to focus, to make sure I see right and it's not just in my head. And as I walk closer and closer, the little girl actually changed her shape from this, sitting like this, to something like this, and started walking towards me. Hey, hey. You should have seen me. I stopped and I didn't move. I couldn't move. And she was coming closer and closer. And I was like, but should I run? She's gonna catch me. I cannot hit her because maybe it's just a child. You cannot hit a child.
No, of course not. Yeah.
But it was a dog.
It was a dog. You thought a dog was a little girl? Dude. Dude, I have a story for you too. Listen, before I get to the story, man, I just want to let the people know who have just joined us. Yeah, Annabelle. Yeah, he says it looked like Annabelle. Yeah, man. Well, people that just joined us, man. Tonight's Tuesday night. Tonight's Tuesday. It's not like our Sunday, Thursday shows where we educate, get involved with stuff. This is open mic night. We have a link in the chat here. If you have a phone, you want to join us. If you have a camera and a webcam and a mic, pop up on stage with us. Tell us what you think. We like to get to know you as much as you like to get to know us. It's open mic night on our Tuesdays. Come on in, talk to us, explain to us what you got to say over in chat, or come up here and do it in person with us. Either way, join us, grab the link. You don't need to download anything. It'll bring you right up here to us. Man, I got a story like that too, man. Something similar to that right here. It happened, I don't know, 15 years ago. 12 years ago, 12, 15 years ago, when I was experimenting. I was a little polluted on different substances and stuff. Yeah. Dude, I was walking around town, and around 12 o'clock at night, 12:30 at night, it was pitch black. It was cold out. It was like late November, early December. It had the mist, it had that whole misty thing going on at night where it was 12 o'clock and in the lights, you had halos and all that stuff going on. And I was by myself and I'm walking. Dude, and I'm not exaggerating or lying one little bit to you. And I get up to the top of the hill that's by my house, and I'm by myself, and there's a double street. There's like 2 lanes road this way, 2-lane road that way, and there's no cars on it, and I'm on the sidewalk, and I'm walking past a big building, pitch black out, pitch black. The lights weren't producing enough light in this kind of weather. And all of a sudden, I hear an elephant. And dude, I live in the middle of a town, dude. I hear an elephant, dude, and I'm not exaggerating. You'll find out why I heard an elephant in a moment. I heard an elephant, and I said, "What the fuck?" And I looked. Didn't scare me. Then I heard a lion, dude. An elephant to a lion. I heard both of them clear. I heard them. And you might say to me, "Yeah, that's because you were polluted." No, and you're going to find out why. No. So as I'm walking, when I heard the lion, I jumped literally in bushes. I jumped into the bushes, dude. I jumped in the bush. I was so scared. Why am I hearing lions and elephants? And then I see lights, brake lights go on in the side of this big building. No engine, no nothing, just brake lights. And as the brake light went off, I started hearing monkeys. And I said, "This is too much." And the Wizard of Oz hit my head. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Oh, you know what I mean? This started going off in my, and I'm laying in the middle of bushes. Then a truck starts. And the lights come on by the truck headlight. It was a fucking circus. The circus had just rolled into town. And they were going to set it started the next day, dude. But I didn't see any of these flyers. I didn't know this, man. I didn't know this.
They do the circus right there uphill.
At the top of the hill, they put the circus. You know the hill I'm talking about. Yes. But you can imagine it's 12 o'clock and hearing an elephant, then a lion, and then monkeys. And you're like, "Oh my God, what is happening here?" It was not hallucinations, dude. Dude, I was dying. It was the circus that was they just pulled in. They had just pulled in, and I was but that's enough to mess with anybody, bro.
Oh, yeah.
That's enough to mess with anybody's. Man, how about this one, man? Well, I was just about to read. What's the creepiest thing that ever happened to you? I think that falls into the creepiest thing that ever happened to me right there.
Yeah, I go with my dog.
Yeah, that's the creepiest thing that ever happened to me. So what's something you think the government hides from people? What's something you think the government hides from people? Or
Well,
better yet, let's skip that one because we all know that the government hides shit. What's the
yeah,
weirdest thing you've seen online recently?
recently,
The
the weirdest.
weirdest thing you've seen online recently. I know what it is for me. It's not weird. It's just I don't know why they started doing this. For some reason, my feed started filling up with these things. Gymnastics, gymnasts, girl
Yeah.
gymnastics. They started just coming on. Oh, do you know what's weird? Have you ever seen this guy? Oh, let me think of his name. Wait a minute, it's going to take me a second to remember. He dresses in pajamas and the tie-dye shirts and everything, and wears the glasses, and he sings those songs. It was a real popular song last year, you know. Fuck off, da 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 da. And he's oh my god, I cannot believe I forgot this guy. Now you make me want to look at it. Kashmir says Joey.
Joey.
Kashmir, you got to tell the story with the aliens in the movie when you got scared. Joey, I did. I told that one last week. Kashmir, I told that one last week with the fourth of a kind. I did that one already. Yeah. That was horrible. That was horrible too. That was another scary one. What was that guy's name? Anyway, I forgot what it was. Yeah, there's a guy on the internet who makes up his own music, and he wears pajamas all the time, and he wears tie-dye shirts and glasses, and he sings, and all his videos are about, you know, weed or about sex or about this or about that. Man, I cannot believe I can't think of his name. It'll come to me. It'll come to me throughout the show. If I can remember, I'll tell you about it. You can check him out. I think that's probably one of the weirdest things. I don't know. I've seen a lot. You know what another weird one is? People defending Trump. That's another weird freaking thing online that I see. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
No, it's not Ghost. It's not Afro Man Ghost Stomper. It's Mucky something. Mucky.
Mucky Man.
Yeah, stuck Mucky stuck Mike. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, my brother. Tell me what your stuff is.
Well, weird stuff. I don't spend a lot of time on the internet, so I don't really see weird stuff. But I did see a YouTuber. He fills his pants with pillows or something. Like he has a huge butt, right? This guy.
Yeah.
And he films himself with a green screen, like he's in a meeting while he's boxing, or he's in a meeting while he's jogging or running, or he does all kind of weird stuff. I think that's the weirdest thing that I saw in the past year on the internet. But at the same time, like I said, I don't spend too much time on the internet.
Yeah, I'm not huge a lot on the internet either. Muck Stucky is the guy's name. You got to check that guy Muck Stucky out. Yeah, man. Grab a Muck Stucky video and throw it up there from YouTube real quick. Grab a Muck Stucky one. It's he's just plain weird, man. He's just plain weird. This guy, but he's doing fantastic. He's making money. He's doing, you know, I forgot the name of the one that is the best one is his best one. Let me see if I can figure it out. Let me see real quick. Muck Stucky. He is yeah, the thingy thing. No. The one that he got known the best for is, let me see. Fuck Off. The name of it is called Fuck Off. That's the one he's most named for. But he's got a ton of them. He's got a ton of different stuff. But this guy is just weird as hell, man. He's just weird as hell. So, yeah, not Muck Sticky, Muck Stucky. It's Muck Stucky.
Muck Stucky. I find sticky. Muck Sticky, not Muck Stucky.
Man, I just found it under Muck Stucky. Let's see. Yeah, you're right. Muck Sticky. Thank you, Yassine. Muck Sticky. It still came up when I put Muck Stucky, but Muck Sticky. Yeah, Muck Sticky. That's him. Yeah. So this guy's just plain weird. This guy's just plain weird, but he is making a lot of money and he's doing fantastic with it. You know, I would have to say he's one of the weirdest things I've seen on the internet. The rest of the, I've seen a lot of copycats, a lot of double dancing stuff, people double dancing and making fun, people all doing recipes. I'm finding it hard to find anything original on the internet anymore. Not coming up with too much originality. But listen, tonight's Tuesday. This is a get to know you, get to know us, a bullshit day. Just sit around, have fun. It's not like our Sundays and Thursdays where we have trivia afterwards and so forth, so on. But this is not the fuck off one. This is a mellow one.
Video on the fuck off one.
It's there. I saw it, but you have no sound on it either.
I didn't want to be hit with the copyright shit.
But that's him. You panic too fucking much, man. The 10-second clip is not going to get you. We're talking about him. You panic too fucking much, dude. Stop it. My God. So, Muck Sticky, that's his name. How about what red flag should people ignore in a relationship, or what's a red flag people ignore in a relationship? What's a red flag people ignore in a relationship?
In a relationship.
Yeah, in a relationship. What's a red flag? Man, if anybody would like to come up and join us, we have got a link out there in the chat. Feel free. If you've got a camera and if you got a phone or a camera and a webcam and a microphone, hop on up, join us here on stage, talk to us for 10 or 15 minutes, tell us what you think, tell us something you want to talk about. Tonight's all about getting to know you like you get to know us. It's all about having fun, just having a good time. You don't need to download anything. You just got to click that link that I put in the chat and it'll bring you on up to us. So that's it. All you need is a phone or a camera and a microphone. And join us here for 10 or 15 minutes. Let's talk. Let's figure it all out. We'll talk about whatever you want. What's that, brother? Road rage.
Road rage. That's a red flag.
That people should ignore in a relationship. That's a red flag. People. I think a red flag that people ignore in a relationship is silence. I think silence is probably a red flag. We all know that something is wrong. When you get the silent treatment type thing, the attitudes are not the best. But I think that's something that's very easy to underestimate.
Yeah.
I think it's something very easy to underestimate because it's silent. You don't know just how pissed off they are. You don't know just where this is headed to.
When a person gets silent in a relationship, they just reached that point where it doesn't matter anymore.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Doesn't matter, you know? So even if you notice it and you try to fix it, I think that it's a little bit too late.
Yeah, I agree with you. I have seen him years ago. I used to watch this guy all the time. Puddle's Pity Party. Yeah, he's another funny one. This guy. Have you ever seen him, Milo?
No. Man, I used to watch Weird Al Yankovic. Do you know that
guy? Yeah, I used to watch him when I was 17 years old. Weird Al, man. Yeah. Dead puppies. Dead puppies aren't much fun. Yeah. That was one of his songs. This guy Puddle's Pity Party, he's a clown who sings, who takes like all the popular songs, takes popular songs from AC/DC and from a whole bunch of other groups, and he re-sings them, but he sings them more not opera-ish, not opera, but like in a more of a mellow kind of tone, like back in black, I hit the sack, I've been to more the back, beat back, and yeah. He'd be like that, He changed the whole song around like that, but he's dressed in a full clown that's kind of like crying a little bit right here, and his face. Yeah, he's pretty cool. Yeah, I haven't watched him in a little while, Yassine, but definitely weird, stuff, but good stuff too. Some of his stuff is good. Yeah, I'm sorry, my brother. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I got lost. Huh?
I got lost.
You got lost?
Yeah.
With the red flag.
Oh, red flag. Yeah. I think it's Alzheimer. It's the beginning. Red Red flags, yeah. So yeah, it's the silent, like you said, and hiding the phone every time you walk into the room. That should never be ignored. There's a reason for that. Now, I'm not the type of person that goes through my significant other's phone. I don't like to do that.
Yeah, no, I
But
don't agree with that.
at the same time, if I see every time I walk into the room, closing the phone, putting it aside, there's something there. There's
Oh,
something
yeah. That's true. That's true. That would be a good red flag to watch for in a relationship.
Yeah.
People miss is how quickly the phone gets put down, or
Yeah.
how the attitude scans when you walk into a room, and how things get shut down, or how things. Yeah, that's definitely a red flag. I agree with you. Don't check through the phones. Don't do this.
No.
But attitudes and actions do play a role, don't they? Yeah,
I-
I'm a lot like you, Yassine. I get road rage from walking the supermarket too. I can't tell you how many times I've taken my cart and bumped into somebody else's cart because they're blocking it up, or they have the shit in the middle of the aisle. And I'm like, man, what's the matter with you? So I take my cart, I hit it and go, excuse me, pardon me, as I walk by slowly, like I didn't mean to, or I might look at somebody and say,
Come on.
yeah, or those blue ones that you manually carry that you like pull
Yeah.
behind you. The blue one, I have stood like straddled over top of them, like straddled over top of somebody's cart like that while picking stuff out, because they put their stuff stupid. They put it like halfway out in the thing, and you can't get to anything, and they're just standing there looking. No, I can't stand it. It drives me crazy. Drives me crazy, man. Cheers, Punk. Glad to have you join us, man. Glad to have you join us over here.
How you doing?
How you doing? Yeah. Tonight we're talking about, we're just getting to know people. People are getting to know us. There's a link out there in the chat if anybody'd like to grab it. Do they have a link out there, brother? Or is that already gone?
No. It's right there. It's
It's right there. I see it. There's a link out there in chat. If somebody'd like to pick up that link, just click on it. You don't need to download anything. You don't need anything special, but it'll bring you up here on stage with us and talk to us for a little while. Tell us what you think. We have no topic. We're just bullshitting tonight. We're just talking. If you've got something to talk about, we're going to talk about it. So you're not walking into the middle of nothing here. So that's it. Let me see. I just filled my gas tank and I'm upset.
I think everybody's upset after filling the gas tank, my brother.
You should not. You know why? Because at one time your car might have held $60 in gas, but it has upgraded. It now holds $120 in gas.
Or
it has upgraded. Do not be mad. Look at the positive
better,
side.
you should be happy. You afford to fill up the tank.
You can afford it, Punk. That's right.
People go by 50 lei at a time.
There's a lot of people in this world using a bike because they can't afford anything in their gas tank. So be proud. Be happy, Punk. Stop being mad. Jesus. Yeah. He says, I'm mad, actually. Man, right there. Don't be mad, man. Don't be mad. You know what it is. So how about, what is the biggest lie social media sells people, do you think?
Pictures. They're a lie. Half of them are lies, even more than half. They're all filters and body warping and everything.
Well, I'm going to say with you, but I'm going to say it's not so much the pictures, it's beauty. Beauty and success. I think that's the lie social media sells us the most, is beauty and lies. Well, I kind of lies. When I say lies, I mean success, beauty and success. Those are the lies that it's selling us. Why? You see these people with their perfect relationships. You see these people taking their vacations all over the world and sitting in front of this and that. And half of it's a lie. Half of it's just a picture put there. And you told the prompt, hey, put me on the Tahiti beach during a sunset, and this is the way it is.
To be honest with you, I did see a lot of documentaries about stuff like that, where a lot of couples pose as the perfect couple on social media for likes, views, money, of course, because they got paid for that. And after a year or two, they divorced. Now, how that happened, or one of them ended up dead in a ditch or somewhere, how that happened, But they do pose as the perfect couple and the perfect life, and we are living the life. No, you're not.
No, no, they're not. You know who the perfect couple is? Me and my wife. We are the perfect couple. We are the perfect. There he goes. Now, I do believe he got a new hairdo. I see you finally decided to spike it out, Ghost Stomper.
Yeah. I put in some Miracle Grow. I got myself a new job.
It works very nice, man. It looks very nice on you, man. It looks like what's the name? Carrot Top, that comedian. Carrot Top. You know this guy? Have you ever seen him?
Yeah. But that's way more like of a fairer red. This is more of a ginger brown. Yeah. And of course, safety first. Never mind.
How you doing tonight, Ghost Stomper?
Yeah, no, all good. Just finished eating that wonderful dinner that I let you guys know that I was making. Sure, this thing is actually getting hot. Hang on a second.
Not a problem.
There you go.
I want to read what Punk said because I got something to say about this real quick. This is going back to what we were discussing 5 minutes ago about the gas tank. But the catch is I filled it because I'm visiting you guys at the end of the week. Well, then you got a lot of balls, Punk. First of all, thank you for visiting us at the end of the week. We do appreciate it. But you know what? You shouldn't be angry at any cost to come see me and my brother. At any, it should be.
Wait, where's the other bottle?
right. If somebody's coming to visit you, it should be cost is
miles.
It does not mean anything. Money means nothing.
Money is nothing.
That's right. That's right. Good evening, Sora. Glad you could join us.
Good evening and welcome to the madness.
What's that? What's that, Ghost Stomper?
So tell that to the airlines.
Yeah, well, the airlines, they're man, I had a dream about this the other day. If I were rich enough to buy an airline, would I do it? I would. And you know why I would do that? And you know what I would do also? I would take out the first 2 rows of each section, extend it out, give everybody extra leg room. Man, I would do that. And instead of making $1 billion profit a year, I'd make $700 million profit a year, $600 million profit.
So you would go the Emirates route and just do less seats for more luxury than the Ryanair route, then remove legroom and put in more seats.
Right. But at the same time, Emirates also went the other way as well. Emirates did that to become a luxurious airline, a luxury airline, but they also upped their prices to fly on Emirates. You can't fly on them cheaply. See, I would fly cheaper. I would lower the prices, make it like Emirates, but lower the prices. And instead of making $1 billion a year, make $500 million a year. I'm still making great money, stupid money. I'm still living fine. I'm still living large, and everybody gets to. You would think that would be a model that some of these corporations would do because they're going to be profitable. They're still making money. You would think that would be a model somebody would try to do. No? Am I crazy for that?
Well, it runs off of something that they don't have control over, and that's the oil price and like world geopolitical nonsense,
Okay.
Take a look what happened at sort of Kuwait and Dubai earlier this year when everything went down. Their travel like reduced by half. And if you're an airline and you've got very slim margins because you're not charging excessive, then that could probably bankrupt you.
Yeah, but it's $500 million a slim margin. I mean,
hey, look, I mean, if I had billions upon billions, I don't think I'd do airline. I would probably pull a Musk venture and try and reinvent the wheel. I still think that suborbital flight should be a thing. Instead of it being like a 14-hour flight across the world, why can't it be a 90-minute rocket ride? We have that technology, like let's do it. Instead of sending nukes at each other, let's just send people in payloads.
Could do that. And yeah, I think Musk is actually trying to do that, isn't he? He's trying to make some sort of commercial practice for that, isn't he? I mean, I know he's been focused basically on his largest spaceship, the Starship to go to Mars and stuff. I know he's been focused on that, but I also think he's also trying that commuting technique, isn't he? I did read that one of these billionaires is actually going for that.
I don't think it's Musk. It's probably Bezos. Because if moving stuff from A to B, that's more up his alley, isn't it?
Yeah, with that blue phallus he has. I agree with you, man.
Prime plus Prime and get it in the next hour.
There you go. Hello, Ghost. Is that you? Yes, man. Hello, Sora. Hello, Ghost. I finally recognize you, Ghost Stomper. Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna get quite hot over there. No, I just thought I'd pop in because you guys have been saying like click the link. So this is more to like tell the chat you can click the link as long as you got it.
It's safe. It's not a
camera.
scam.
It's safe.
Yeah.
It's not a scam, man. It's real. If you click that link, and we say this to anybody out there watching us, man. This is free to anybody out there watching us. Tuesday night is us get to know you. You get to know us. Come up, tell us whatever you want to say. You can do it now that even Ghost Stomper's here. We don't care. This is Tuesday night. This is chaos night. This is no subject, no topic. We speak what you want to speak about. And if you got nothing to speak about, then you'll speak about what we got to. But the link is in the chat. Anybody watching us, feel free. Just click it and you'll pop up here like Ghost Stomper did. Ghost Stomper, I do appreciate you popping in there to show that how that works, how easy that is, and
literally, click it in, give yourself a name. It doesn't even have to be your real name.
No, it could be a fake name because Ghost Stomper was not his born.
Give yourself a fake job title too.
yeah. I mean, you see, he's a hair model there. Do not believe it. It's a lie. It's a lie.
Well, I mean,
well,
hair loss model, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's not actually true. You're trying that new model. I know. I've read about this. I read about this the other day. Man, the invisible hair. Did you see that shit on social media? It's invisible hair.
Well,
Dude.
no, spray on stuff that you spray on, and then the way that it's textured, it makes it look like you have hair.
Yeah, no, man. It's invisible. That's what you got on. If you stand a certain way, you catch the reflection of the light. And it looks like you have hair. And if you stand on this side, it's brown hair. If you stand on this side, it's black hair. If you stand from behind, it's red hair. It's kind of like nobody's seeing the same rainbow twice. Now, I'm making this shit up as I go, but how cool would that be?
Naughty. You got rules this month, Mr. Milo.
Man, I'm just thinking that would be pretty cool to have, man. No.
Oh wait, hang on. It's swapped on the stream. Okay, so on
yeah,
I see this because I got your stream window there.
No, you're pointing at me. You're pointing at me.
Yeah.
No.
So in order to point at Milo, I actually got to point at Joey on my screen, and then it will. Yeah.
Now I'm just waiting for you to break out in some song like the Brady Bunch or something. I'm showing my age from way back when, where it goes, "Here's a story about a lovely lady," and you start pointing up at both of us and start, yeah. No, it goes. I go too old. I'm too old. What can I tell you? You guys don't know the Brady Bunch.
My chair's quite cheap, so if I move around too much, it just makes a huge noise, and then the wheels fall off. So I got to kind of like keep it chilled.
Mine is the same, but without the wheels falling off. But it does make a lot of noises.
and my hydraulics broke, so I'm sitting on a very hard surface because the air jack does not work anymore, man. Yeah. I can't go. Oh, I can't go lower. Look at. I can't. Oh, it did not totally break. Oh, now I got to pull it up. Jesus.
Yeah. Does it self-erect or does it require assistance?
Yeah, you hit the mute button again.
Yeah. Mine's
more often not as self-erected.
Yeah. Mine's still new enough that like it works on its own. It doesn't need encouragement.
Oh no. no. Now you see, I want one of those chairs. Milo has one of those desks the same way. He has one of those desks where he pushes a button and it just goes slides around, does shit like this. And like, man, he's got one of those. Me, I've got like a hole dug in the middle of mine with everything set down in the middle of it. Me holding it up with my knee during the show. I'm just trying to talk. And it's horrible, man. It's horrible the conditions we work in sometimes. People think this podcast stuff is so easy, Ghost Stomper.
No,
but it's not. You should see how some of the shit is strung up with people. I mean, you got things hiding all over the place, man. You got, man.
So I know for you guys that do things, you got to put together your talking points, because you are literally talking and bouncing off each other. Someone like me, I can do a weekly sort of show myself with music, but then I've got to actually compose and produce music. It's not that good. And then when you do take the time to do one thing or the other, then there's all that editing, which takes forever. So no, this is hard work. And when you have a full-time job as well, you got to squeeze it in as a hobby. It's not the easiest thing, but we do it for the lols.
We do it for the
lols. It's a retirement plan. We do, man. When I don't have anything to do, I'll already be here with a foundation.
You're 100% correct, man. You know, we do it just for the fun of it for the most part. I mean, yeah, you hope that one day that you're going to monetize, you're going to make some money. I mean, of course, every creator out there is hoping that kind of, so to speak, right? But for the most part, that even if you're getting the money from YouTube and even if you're getting that, unless you're really a big time thing, you're not making probably even what you're putting into it for the most part, or not worth the time and everything. So it is kind of just about the fun, and it is kind of just to get to know the people and have a good time, and to have a shirt and to be able to have a shirt. I was able to make a shirt, so if I didn't have a podcast, I couldn't. What would I say? Mark's here or Joey's here. What am I going to do?
You always had the shirt, man, for your company.
well, you know,
I've got to get a new shirt. The one I'm wearing is actually a very old Natal, the Sharks KZN rugby team. Don't know if you guys know them. If you're into rugby, you should.
do what we should get a shirt, or we should know rugby.
No, you should know who the Sharks are.
Well, we don't. Well, we don't know rugby, and I know the shark that I know is Cashmere. She's a real shark. Be careful of her.
So you know, like in American football, you guys like run around and they're fully padded and they wear helmets. And the moment one guy tackles another guy, the ref blows his whistle, and it's like first down, second down, third down.
Yeah.
Okay, so now imagine that, except no pads, no helmets, no stoppages.
Yeah.
That's rugby.
Yeah. I've watched rugby a couple of times. I've watched it, and I know this comparison has been made a few times. Now, I'm going to kick back a little bit on that no paddage and no stuff, okay? I'm going to kick back on that because you're big guys. It is a tough sport. It's a very tough sport, and I would much prefer to play American football over rugby. With that said, your bigger guys are roughly 200, 230 pounds, 220 pounds. Okay,
Yeah.
those would be the bigger guys in rugby. Okay, our bigger guys,
kgs, yeah. So it's roughly 120 to 140 kgs, yeah.
Yeah. Our bigger guys are 6'7", 6'8", 300, 340, 350 pounds. Let them play rugby, and let's see how the rugby players are doing against that. No, you need the pads because it's like a train hitting you. It's like a train hitting you. So
it is.
You know, I push back on that rugby American football a little bit because the guys are much more massive in the American football than they are in the rugby.
So a little bit of a behind the scenes look into professional sports like that. Contact sports and professional athletes, they actually have to do like an aptitude awareness test to establish a baseline. And they've got to do these things like every year at the start of the season.
Yeah.
And if they're ever involved in contact, specifically head contact, and even if they say like, no, I'm fine, if the medical doctor sees that their head collided with something, they immediately get pulled off the field, and they've got to do this test like within half an hour to an hour to prove that they don't actually have a concussion.
That they don't have a concussion, yeah. And I know in the American football, it's supposed to be. They get around it sometimes. If you've had 3 concussions, that's the end of your career. You're not allowed more than 3. You're not allowed in American football. You're allowed to have 2, and I think the third one actually is the end of your career. Supposed to be,
know,
but some of the stars get around that.
So one of our what they call like an SA rugby legend back from when we like first won the World Cup in '95. Those guys obviously did not age very well, and some of them in their later years, like the compression damage that they had from being a professional tank, basically, you know, like that was their job, was just to and stop, as you said, like these massive units of men from all around the world. Yeah, they did not fare well in their older age. So yeah, your professional athletes, specifically with contact sports, your lifespan professionally is short, and your twilight years aren't going to be very comfortable.
No,
but you should see what me and Kashmir, we are contact all the way, and I is a survivor. I am a survivor. I am going the distance. You ever see Rocky standing up there going, yeah? That's how I feel. Yeah, I made it. Yeah. That's how I feel. You know, rugby ain't got nothing on Kashmir. Trust me. They ain't got nothing.
I'm gonna duck off, and hopefully your next guest will drop on.
Yeah, I hope so. Thank you very much for popping up, Ghost Stomper. I do appreciate it. Showing them how it's done, showing the people. Anybody listen to us? We have a link down there in chat, like you saw Ghost Stomper pop up here. Just hit the link, pop on up. We'll discuss whatever it is you want to discuss, and we got you. Thank you very much, Ghost Stomper.
See you guys again on Thursday.
Yeah. Appreciate it. So we've got this, and now, man, that was very cool of him to jump up here. That was very, very cool of Ghost Stomper to get up here. Hello, Revered Wolf. Hey, psst, psst, psst. Don't psst me. Don't psst me. That psst. Did you see what he did, bro? Look at him. He did like this. He did like this. Psst, psst. This is what he did, bro. How you doing, Vinay Schumann? Glad to have you join us. Glad to have you. You took enough time. I mean, better late than never, I reckon. But, you know, what the hell? I mean, what are you saving all your time for Pete's show or something? By the way, Pete at the Upper Room has a show tonight, brother. He's talking about The Bachelor and things like that over there at the Upper Room here in about 1 hour from now. So, you know, if anybody wants to hear some interesting stuff, head over to the Upper Room TV. He now calls it TV at the end of it. Did you notice that?
Oh, no, I did not, man.
Yes. Pete Double S Swagger has changed the name of his show to the Upper Room TV. So, you know, and I got to admit, I think it's a pretty smart move because it has helped. It has helped find him on YouTube a little bit easier. Let me see what some of these people have to say over in the chat. Hey, the link out there. Anybody joining us here? Any of you people up there listening to us sitting in the shadows, not over in the chat? If you want to come up here on stage and talk with me and my brother Milo, get to know each other. If you got something you want to get off your mind, you got something you want to say, grab the link. All you got to do is click it. You'll be up here. Ghost Stomper shows you just how easy it is. And we're happy to discuss it, get to know you. Let me see. We got Revered Wolf. Hey, all. How's everybody doing? Everybody's doing fantastic. Renee is talking she's talking some South African shit there. And then we got with at the end of it, bigger than NFL players. Nah, Vinay, not happening. I don't. These two guys. I guess those are guys' names. These guys are guys' names or something. Eben and Snyman. So that those guys are guys and they're bigger than NFL players. No, I do not believe you. I do not believe you. And The Eye of the Tiger, one of the most iconic songs in fight movies. Have you ever seen the guys that actually sing it? They look the opposite of Rocky. Yeah. The Eye of the Tiger. That they're the Survivor, I think, is the name of the group that sings them. Survivor is actually the name of the group that sings that song. I could be wrong, but hope everybody's safe and well. What are we up to this evening? I am not Googling shit, Vinay. I know what I'm talking about. I am Joey Schitz. I have said it. They are not bigger than NFL players. And if they are, they belong in that sumo wrestling shit, not rugby. Period. End of story. End of story, Vinay. We're not going to argue about this. I have enough arguing I have enough of it. I have enough of it, Vinay. I'm not going down this road with you. I hope everybody's safe and well. What are we up to? Thank you for calming things down, Wolf. Thank you for calming things down. I am doing just fantastic, my brother. How about you?
I'm having a great time here.
Yeah, we're having some laughs tonight. I mean, we're definitely having some laughs. I definitely enjoyed it. Anybody that's just joining us, you've heard it before, and we're going to say it several times tonight because, you know, Tuesday is a different night for us. It's not our typical Sunday and Thursday shows, which are much different than this format. This format is just about getting to know you, just having some laughs, hanging around, talking for an hour, hour and a half, which we are almost at the hour and a half, my brother.
Well, I want to ask you a question. I know the answer to it, what's the funniest excuse you've ever had to leave work?
Man, it actually happened a couple of days before I moved to Romania. Actually, it happened. I was a window cleaner in America, and I was working in a bank. It doesn't matter the name of the bank. I can't remember it. A Wachovia bank. And I was working in a Wachovia bank. Yeah. And I wanted to get off of work. And bottom line is I had been out for about a half hour, an hour, something like that. And I needed to get out of work because all I had on my mind was I was moving to Romania. I'm doing this. I didn't want to be at work this day. It was the last day of work kind of situation. I didn't want to do it. So I called my boss up. And I said to my boss, I said, boss, I can't work today. And he said, why can't you work? I said, because I just shit myself. The phone went quiet. The phone went quiet. True story, bro. True story. True story. I said to him, I shit myself. And the phone got very quiet. And I'm like, he said, man, really? I said, I did, Jerry. I said, I did. I was climbing up on the safe to do the driver's teller's window. And you know, it just happened. He said, bro, he said, you need to go home. I said, that's what I'm trying to tell you, Jerry. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You need to go. He goes, yeah, you need to go home. So he gave me the day off. I went home. I did my thing. I got the next day. I walked into the office. This guy just busted out laughing at me. My boss just busted out laughing at me. And I was like, what are you laughing about, man? He said, dude, that was the best excuse I ever heard somebody come up with. That was original. It was the best. I said, man, he said, yeah, he knew it. He said, I know you didn't shit yourself. He said, who calls somebody and admits that they shit themselves? I said, I did, bro. I did that. I really happened. He looked me dead in the eye. He goes, no, it didn't. And I, no, it didn't. Look at the it didn't happen, dude. It didn't happen. But because it was so original and because you embarrassed yourself like that, I'm going to let you go. So yeah, he let me go. Now I know the story. I think I told you was that basically I was home and called out and I didn't want to go in.
No. You were at the job. You were at the job.
I was at the job. But the truth is, I was at the job and I climbed up on a safe trying to get to the drive-through windows in the bank, because something we have over in America that I have not seen here, not saying they don't exist, but is drive-through windows where you just drive your car through. You don't have to get out of your car to go to the bank. So you don't have those. Yeah, I haven't seen those here. Well, in America, they have them sometimes 2 and 3 lanes deep, right? So, but you just drive your car through and it just a drawer comes out and you handle all your stuff through the drawers.
I think that's a thing of America, the drive through everything.
Dude, we have a drive-through. We have a drive-through liquor store. I've only seen one in my life, but it was a drive-through liquor store. I was with some friends, and they said we're going to get some liquor, and I was like, well, where? And they said here, and they pulled their car up to like a big, huge inspection station kind of garage, a big long garage, and I was like, there's no parking spots. We got to get out. They said no, stay in the car. I was like, okay. Man, we drove right through this thing and all the liquor, cases, bottles, you name it, were all on the side of the walls. And you stop and it was like maybe 4 or 5 guys along the length of this garage. And they would, you'd say, I want that bottle. I want that case. I want that keg. I want this. They took it and they put it in the trunk of your car for you. You just pop your trunk when you go in. They put it in the trunk of your car. You get to the end and you pay for everything. Dude, a drive-through liquor store, bro.
Do they have a sobriety test on the entrance?
No. Man, it's in Bricktown, New Jersey, man. This thing is in Brick, New Jersey, this drive-through liquor store. It still exists to this day, I believe. And I'm going back 20, 30 years ago, and it still exists.
One thing that I saw in Germany, it was a drive-through post box. You can drive with your car to the post box, just throw your mail there, and drive away.
Oh, those are everywhere in America. They're like at every corner. They're all made to drive up to and just throw it in, so you don't have to get out of your car. They're almost all made like that.
We don't have it here in Romania. I only saw it in Germany, so
yeah,
for me it was something new.
Yeah. No. They have those all along the roads in America where you can just drive up and it's on the driver's side. Once in a while it'll be on the passenger side, but most of them are on the driver's side. So you just pull it down and throw your shit in and get on your way. Yeah, no, they have that stuff. They have that. What do we have over here? How do you catch a unique rabbit? That's what we revered. Unique up on it.
Unique up on it. Yeah.
Unique up on it. How do you catch a tame unique rabbit? The tame way. That's it. Wolf, I'm done with your jokes, man. I'm done with your jokes, Wolf. Enough is enough. My brother, we're at 1 hour and 28 minutes. Are we going for longer, or are we calling it a night for tonight? What would you like to do?
It's okay for a Tuesday night.
We've had enough for Tuesday night?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Well, then what do you got to say to the people then?
Well, thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you, Ghost Stomper, for having the balls to click the link
Yeah. Having the balls, having the gustopo for clicking that link, man. Thank you, Ghost Stomper. It was as simple as that, man. That's what we're doing on Tuesday nights. Sundays and Thursdays, for anybody who doesn't know, is our regular shows. These Tuesdays we just added in here a couple of weeks ago, and these are just for us to get to know you. You get to know us, just to have a good time, to talk without any scripts, without any kind of talking, without any kind of blah 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 behind it. We just work on each other, just talk to you, you talk to us, tell jokes like how do you catch a unique rabbit. You unique up on it. That's what Tuesday nights are for. So thank you, Ghost Stomper, for hitting the stream, the link. It's called Open Mic Night. So go ahead, my brother. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Thank you for being here with us tonight, being a part of the madness. Spread the love, spread the kindness, and we'll see you on Thursday.
Everything my brother just said. And don't forget, Pete, the Double S Swagger show tonight here in about 45 minutes at the Upper Room TV. He now calls it the Upper Room TV. He will be doing a show on Bachelors or something like that. I, Joey Schitz, will be joining in on the chat, and at the very least, and we'll be finding out what's happening with over there. So everything my brother said, we say to you, thank you for joining us over here in the chat. Thank you for joining us out there. If you're not in the chat, I'm Joey Schitz. That's Milo Giggles. And together we make Shits and Giggles here on It's Not Okay TV. It's so long, farewell, never goodbye. We'll catch you later. Catch you on Thursday night, same time.